outside of Montgomery County for coming here today. We are sending a very loud signal that we're open for business. We're interested in recruiting, we're interested in retention, but we're interested in growing our economy in Montgomery County. And this is an incredibly important part of our economy. And Silver Springs is an exciting urban district. We have some very interesting places in Montgomery County. Silver Spring, Bethesda, we're looking for, if you know where the Bethesda White Flint Metro Station is, we're looking for some potentially exciting developments around there. If you're in life sciences, we have that. We have the east side of the county at the back door of FDA, and we also have the science corridor up by Shady Grove. So we have multiple places for people to come to Montgomery County. I want to let you know a little bit about things we're working on. We have just gone through a review of all our business regulations in Montgomery County. What we do when a person wants to set up a business here, what we require if you're trying to lease space in Montgomery County, particularly if you're trying to reform an older building. And we're working very hard to change our regulatory environment. We spent, myself and one of the council members, spent the last 4 or 5 months going around the county, listening to businesses, having them tell us what they think we need to do to change the business environment here, how we can make ourselves more welcoming, and how we can make it easier for people to do business here. At the end of November, we're having 2 forums where we're going to show the business community what we think we understand them to have asked us to do. And by the beginning of next year, we will introduce legislation that starts the process of reforming our business environment. In the meantime, we simplified our contracting requirements. Our 150-page, 170-page contracts have been shrunk to 12 and 15 pages for all the important parts. A person can actually read it without a lawyer and a set of accountants going over it. It's very straightforward now. We are working on reform of the permitting services department to make sure that we can permit effectively and make sure buildings go through. And if you're a small local business, we actually give preferences to local businesses. And so we're hoping to incentivize people who are looking to work in Montgomery County or contract in Montgomery County to locate in Montgomery County, because we're going to give you 10% preference points for being here. And we will spend up to 10% above the low bid. If you are a comparable bidder to the low bidder in terms of points, we'll give you up to 10% preference on price, because we want money to stay in Montgomery County. So if you're a local business, we want to make sure that we keep you here, and we recognize that we benefit from giving you business in a lot of different ways. You're going to spend your tax money here, you're paying rent here, your employees will likely be coming here. So there's a lot of reasons for us to support local small businesses, and we're all in on this. We've got a MOVE program if you're someplace else and you want to come to Montgomery County and you need assistance. In those first couple of years, we've got a program to help businesses who want to come here cover part of their rent for the first couple of years. And so we're all in on this, and this is really important to us. Yesterday we opened up a Truebill, which came here from San Francisco, and they're a consumer services company, and they had gone out to San Francisco, and they came back, and they opened up offices right here in Silver Spring. What else is exciting here? I told you about our Make Offices Vacancies Extinct program. That's called the MOVE program. And we're also partnered with the state. I mean, we're willing to work with the state on appropriate incentives if somebody's coming here from out of the country or out of the state. We're willing to help put together packages that make sense for you and make sense for Montgomery County. We have spent $196 million with minority contractors in FY19. That's not an insignificant amount of money. And we spent $101 million with Montgomery County-based small businesses. And so that's a lot of money we're trying to spread locally. And so my job today was to come down here, say hi to everybody, and look around and see who's here and what you're bringing, and let you know that we really want you to be here. And I really do appreciate everybody who put this together. We're trying to send out a different message about Montgomery County. We're working very hard at this, and we want to make sure you know that we're here to help. And we've got business specialists. I see Spiros from the Economic Development Corporation, just waved his hand back there. We're ready to help and work with people who want to do business in Montgomery County. So thank you all for coming out. And if you have any questions, you can talk to Spiros. I'm going to hang around a while. You can talk to me. So thank you very much for coming.
All right, thank you very much. All right. Okay, next is Shigemin Ando. He's the economic counselor for the Civic.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fuji, your kind introduction. Thank you very much, Ms. Cindy Shao. You organized such a really wonderful event. Mr. Marc Elrich, your remarks was very interesting, so I feel a bit hesitant to speak after you. Thank you very much. Mr. Nelson-san, later you will talk about the wonderful new business between Japan and America. I look forward to hearing from you later. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This is a really beautiful day and really wonderful event. So it is my great honor to make a short remarks on such a wonderful event. First of all, as a diplomat of the government of Japan, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our American friends. You sent a lot of warm congratulatory remarks to us when our new emperor enthroned, including the special statement by President Mr. Trump. The ceremony of enthronement was held at the 22nd of October at the Imperial Palace in Tokyo. And a lot of VIPs all over the world participated in, including Madame Zhao, Secretary of Transportation of the United States, and she is one of the big names of Asian America. Through the new era of Reiwa, it is our culture to name the calendar after the emperor enthroned. We call it Reiwa now, and it means a beautiful harmony. And through the age of Reiwa, Japanese people would like to contribute further to the peace and prosperity of the world. And I'd like to say, even in the new era, the alliance with the United States is the cornerstone of Japanese diplomacy. Next, please allow me to tell you a bit about my personal experience. Before I arrived here, Washington, D.C., I was assigned in the Indonesia, Jakarta, as a member of Japanese embassy. Well, I am now living in Maryland, Bethesda, and my family and I are Marylanders. And we really appreciate the warm support from Montgomery County. Thank you very much. And I have to apologize if some of you coming from Virginia, I didn't choose Virginia. Virginia is also another very nice state, but we are now about I'm so sorry. And anyway, I'm really impressed here because everything is so different from Indonesia, Jakarta. For instance, in Indonesia, we have just 2 seasons. Rainy season and dry season. But here we have 4 seasons. I'm really excited to have the beautiful autumn day here. But I feel first time felt cold after I came here, so I have to catch a cold. But I really love living America and Maryland. And anyway, in Jakarta, everything is very different from the United States. The street of Jakarta is full of construction work, full of noise, air pollution, a lot of people, a lot of traffic jam, cars, motorcycles, etc., etc. And the energy, it is full of energy. And now the Asian country is the engine of world economy, And such kind of energy makes the Asian countries the engine of global economy. And I'm very convinced that those kind of energy is brought into the United States by Asian Americans. So you are working here to energize American economic growth. So such a kind of opportunity is very important. I really appreciate the contribution of Ms. Shao. Like other Asian countries, Japan also enjoys close relations with the United States. This connection will be undoubtedly enhanced by the Japan-US trade agreement and Japan-US digital trade agreement. Just 1 year ago, their negotiations started. Finally, on September 25th, on the sideline of the United Nations conference, President Trump and Prime Minister Abe confirmed the final agreement. And on October 7th, at the beginning of this month, Japan and the United States signed these two agreements in the White House. Japan-US digital trade agreement will establish the high standard for digital trade and which drive future growth further. And Ambassador Lighthizer, the trade representative of the United States, said this is the gold standard for future digital trade. For the agreements to go into force, Japan must go through the diet for approval. And my colleagues are working day and night in Tokyo to get the approval. But in the future, I hope the diet will approve these new agreements. And I do believe these agreements between the United States and Japan, the #1 and #3 economies in the world, which together make up nearly a third of global economy, will lead to greater economic growth and partnership between our countries. And I'd like to say it was the strong support from the business communities in Japan and in the United States that drove both governments to reach an agreement in the short space of just 1 year. Therefore, I'd like to say special thanks to all of you. You supported our negotiation very strongly. And probably you are looking forward to hearing from our last speaker, Mr. Nelson, about his very exciting challenge. So I stop here to say before I go too long. And at the end of my speech, I'd like to express my sincere special thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're good. Photo up. Stand, you can be.
Can you guys go back?
Man, Alex. Go right away. All right.
Nelson, can you join us?
Yeah, scoot to the right, yeah. Perfect. Mark, you look good, man. You lost a little weight there. There you go. Get over there.
Good smile.
There.
Good shot. Thank you.
Okay, all you photographers, stay there.
You gotta take a picture of I love it.
Okay, Ando-san, and then ladies and gentlemen, Cindy. My name is Nelson from United Airlines of Chicago. I'm so glad that thank you for inviting me to be here to learn about the entrepreneurship and also the great work you have done. And congratulations on your 10th anniversary. So today I'm doing fun facts anyway. So the thing is, we talk about Japan economy. United Airlines, we just announced about 2 months ago that moving next year from March 28, 2020, we announced a brand new flight from DC area to Japan. United, we've been flying to Tokyo for many, many years, the strong tie between the two countries. But because of Olympic, we see the opportunity to promote culture, business, and small business as well. And then we are so glad that in March 28, 2020, we fly to Haneda. So the first question people would ask me, what is Haneda? Tokyo has 2 airports. So we've been flying Narita for many years, which is about an hour and 20 minutes. Beautiful airport for connections. But people think about, what about city airport? Haneda is a city airport, which is only about 25 minutes, and you have different transportation means by cab, by subway, by train to the city in about 25 minutes. The reason we moved to Haneda because we believe that moving to Haneda is a very easy access for business people to the city. Number one thing, to promote local destinations. The second thing is about to go to interior Japan, because Haneda has been a domestic powerhouse of the economic in Tokyo. You have many connections to all interior Japan. And number 3, we talk about Asia. We cannot miss all the Southeast Asian countries. And with Haneda, you have a lot of connection as well from Haneda to different Asian countries. So with the new route, we believe that we can have some missions to make sure that people have more convenient to travel. Because of that, today we are announcing we have 2 tickets to winner, the raffle, to take on our Premium Plus product. For United, about a year ago, we announced a new product, Premium Plus. It's a special private cabin between economy and business. And I think for most people, it's very affordable. And honestly, not everyone will pay the business class. Okay, to be honest with you. And with that, we'd like to draw 1 winner. That winner, we have 2 tickets. Anywhere United will fly, but I strongly recommend you to fly United flight to Tokyo. Either Narita or Haneda. That is my wish list, okay? All right, I'm going to draw 1 person. Okay. All right, the winner is Ken Fan from the Personal Ken. Can you step?
He's going to Tokyo. Great.
Congratulations. So make sure that you fly to either Narita, Haneda.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
and
time
the years.
Tokyo.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where's the mic? Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
So thank you very much for the outstanding donation. Again, thank you to the Economic Counselor from the Embassy of Japan and County Executive Elrich for coming today. And thank you all. This has been one of the best events we've ever had. I've been in this chamber for 10 years. The chamber's 10 years old. So with that, our next big signature event is our Jewels of Asia Gala, which is going to more than likely take place in Reston, Virginia next May during Asian Heritage Month. So be on the lookout for that. And from that, we'll just say thank you very much for coming, and I'll let Laura, as the co-chair, also say some remarks.
Well, thank you all for coming, and if you have any interest in different topics, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you again.
Okay, so just greatly appreciated everyone, and I know Nelson fly from Chicago to here to support us, and Ken, you are the luckiest person. I think he deserves it.
Yeah.
He's actually chair of our government contracting committee. He put numerous hours, and he's doing our new website. Actually, Ken, would you just announce our brand new website, powered by his wonderful team?
So yeah, hopefully we'll have a newly redesigned website that'll be mobile friendly, probably within the next month, I think. So be on the lookout for it. Hopefully it'll make it easier for people to find events and things that we're doing.
Thank you, Ken. And yeah, just want to express our sincere thanks also to all the volunteers, Richie and many other volunteers who support the events and all the exhibitors. We appreciate you. And of course, our wonderful sponsors, partners, and thank you, County Executive Elrich and Mr. Ando. We are truly thankful for your presence today. Okay, that will conclude our conference this year. Hope to see everyone next year. And enjoy additional networking, please.